Well, good afternoon. How are you all doing? I'll tell you what, it has been a fun day so far here in the Magic Kingdom. So I am taking a little bit of a break just outside the park in one of the places where you can remove your mask. It's the smoke pit. So they've got just one of these in the park at all anymore, and it's not even in the park, it's outside the entrance. So when I'm done, I'll have to go back through the temperature check and the pass in and all of that. But it has been a very, very fun day so far in the Magic Kingdom. And as I mentioned, I'm taking a quick break just to kind of sit down, chat with y'all, let y'all know what I've seen, what we've been through, and maybe give some folks a chance to I don't know, feel better about things, I guess. So Disney World right now. Hey, Sienna, Mr. Freeze, how are you too? I'm going from mobile, so I don't know if I can. Hey, I can highlight stuff. How about that? So, hey, Sienna, Mr. Freeze, good to see you guys. So we've got, like I said, I've taken a quick break from the hustle and bustle inside the Magic Kingdom to sort of relax, chat with you guys, see how things are doing. Uh, but it's a fun time here. It's a warm day. It is in the upper 80s. Kai, good to see you here. Mary G, glad you made it in as well. Excellent. Glad everybody can join in. So I am traveling this weekend. I am here in Florida at Walt Disney World, and it has been a good but odd experience at the same time. So the park is relatively full. There are a lot of folks here, and queue lines for the more popular rides. Like say Splash Mountain, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Pirates of the Caribbean, things like that. They're averaging between 45 minutes to an hour wait, something in that neighborhood, which is it's not too bad, I guess. It's my thought on it would be that there's still a lot of folks here. If I had to guess, I would say they're running at somewhere in the neighborhood of 50% capacity, which matches up with kind of how they're filling up the lines and things like that. So when you get into, say, Splash Mountain, for example, they'll put about half the folks in there, and then I'm sorry, you got to go to work soon, Mary. That is a bummer. Runner Studios, good to see you, buddy. Or I guess just Runner these days. So Magic Kingdom, like I said, it's about 50% capacity, give or take. You still got a fair wait on the lines despite 50% capacity because they're only filling up the carts to about 50%. So did Splash Mountain with my mother and my brother, and it was just the three of us on the flume ride at all, which was it was it's still a lot of fun. People for the most part are, if it's something that's important to you, social distancing is largely being maintained here in the parks, and overall the folks are being pretty courteous. The staff is, as always, absolutely wonderful for all the guests, right? They're treating everybody really well. You definitely get a reminder here and there about needing to keep your mask on and things like that. The really sort of odd thing, the only thing that bugs me probably the most, I suppose, is they don't let you walk around with, like a drink. So if you got like your Coke in your hand and you're trying to take a drink while you're walking around, they do not like that, and that's kind of the biggest thing that I've seen folks getting chastised for more than anything else is walking around with a drink in their hands and trying to take a sip. Other than that, it's not a whole lot different from a Disney experience in the past. The last time I was here was probably, I think it was 6 years ago, roughly this time of year. And, other than that, not walking around eating and drinking thing, it's pretty much the same. I will say the mask gets a little stifling when it's hot and you're walking around in the humidity and dealing with the folks. So there's that. But you have opportunities. They got lots of relaxation stations set up around the park, which are places where you can sit down and remove your mask without anybody hassling you. So, if you're somebody that needs a break, there's plenty of those places around that you can go to. The Haunted Mansion is probably my favorite ride at Disney World, period. And so we got to do that. It was a lot of fun. The only thing that was different there was there's this antechamber room that you go into where the room grows and you see the portraits getting out. So they don't queue you up in that room anymore. You just pass through it and you don't get that little experience right before you hop on. And that has to do with the not trying to crowd too many people in together kind of thing. They've got little lines on the ground where you have to, they're intended to help people keep the distance, which, for me, it doesn't bother me that much. I don't freak out about the social distance or things like that, but other people do. So it's really only a minor inconvenience because people are largely trying to be courteous to one another and what have you. So that is, it's good. And I guess the message would be, if you want to come out and have a good time, if you can afford to make a trip down to a place like a Disney World, they are doing everything they can to make you feel comfortable. Not everybody's as comfortable going out and about as I am, and I totally get that, and I respect that. And Disney's really going out of their way to help people that are a little bit more cautious than me feel comfortable. And that's a good thing. I remember we did a stream on my birthday where one of the things I was talking about with the chat and just having a good time was that it's something that Disney could do to try to help out with their cash flowing would be to, all right, Sienna, glad you stopped in. Thank you. One of the things they could do would be to, offer some deals and things like that to make the experience a little bit less expensive. And, Mary says it still sounds great, loves the parks, less people means shorter lines. And yes, overall it does. We were going to go to the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train first thing, but we walked up to that literally. We got there. It wasn't 5 minutes after the park opened, and the line was already 70 minutes long. So we popped over to Space Mountain, and it was great. I literally walked straight in. They said the line, the wait was like 5 minutes. Well, it took me 5 minutes to walk back to where you board the ride. So that's how long the wait was, which was really cool. I really wanted to go on that because the last time I was here, I didn't get to do Splash Mountain, Space Mountain, excuse me. And it's one of my fun memories from when I was a kid coming to the parks. And so it was really cool. It was a whole lot of fun. And I got to do that Space Mountain. Last time I was here, my kids were too short to go on it, so we couldn't do the ride, which was a bummer. But, that's one of the things when you've got your younger kids with you, you just know that, hey, there's a couple rides you aren't going to go on. That's just the way that it works. But, having a ton of fun. I'm going to go hang around the park myself for the next few hours and then meet up with the rest of the family for dinner reservations about 5:30 here Eastern. So having lots and lots of fun. I would strongly encourage anybody who's able to make the trip to do it. They're doing a great job making people feel good. I'm having a good time, despite the restrictions that they've got dealing with, the spacing out and things like that. It's still Disney, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And if you want Disney to be able to continue to produce things like The Mandalorian, which I love and enjoy, they need the revenue from the parks. And as much as we've got problems with some of the things Disney has done through, say, Lucasfilm and Star Wars, for example, they do seem, I do want them to continue as a going concern. And one of the ways you can do that is to help support them in the ways that they can bring in revenue right now, like going to the parks. I mean, some folks aren't going to be able to do that or willing to do that, which I totally get. But for me, I'm having a good time, and that's really, really cool. All right, y'all, I am going to let you go, but appreciate you stopping in. We'll catch you a little later on.